OXFAM in Nigeria is calling for more tax on billionaires, saying 3 of the richest Nigerian citizens are wealthier than 83 million others put together. OXFAM made this known during the unveiling of a report titled Davos 2023 Inequality Report in Abuja ahead of the global conference of the world leaders scheduled for next week in Davos, Switzerland. Country Director, OXFAM in Nigeria, Dr. Vincent Aounsi, presented the report was represented by the Deputy Programs Director and Budget Business Development Manager. Regina Afiemo Aounsi said that there must be higher taxation of world's super-rich persons to bridge the inequality gap in many sectors, adding that for the past decades, the extraordinary grabbed half of all new wealth at the expenses of other citizens. According to the report, also a tax of up to 5% on the world's multimillionaires and billionaires could raise 1.7 trillion a year, which is enough to lift 2 billion people out of poverty.
The report shows that 95 food and energy corporations have more than doubled their profits in 2022 and paid out 257 billion, that's 84% of that to rich shareholders. The Walton dynasty, which owns half of Walmart, received $8.5 billion over the last year. Indian billionaire Gautam Adani, owner of major energy corporations, has seen his wealth soar by 42 billion, that's 46%, in 2022 alone. Excess corporate profits have driven at least half of inflation in Australia, the US, and the UK. At the same time, at least 1.7 billion workers now live in countries where inflation is outpacing wages, and over 820 million people, roughly 1 in 10 people on earth, are going hungry.
Director of Connected Development and Follow the Money Initiative, Mr. Hamzat Lawal, expressed worry about the gap at which rich are being taxed.
It is really a shame, just listening to my colleague from OXFAM and looking through the reports over the weekend. Somehow, Davos has always maintained the ability to shock the world. Every year, we're surprised all over again by staggering revelation of wealth. We get to see here on display, even as the world beyond slides deeper into division, hunger, poverty, and inequality. But this year, Davos is all about shame and not shock. People have become greedy, and it's really sickening as humanity. How else can I describe this? And I want to humanize some of these numbers, because when you hear this data, sometimes we forget that we're talking about people who go hunger. Today, we have over 115 million people that are poor. When my colleague talked about the lady in Uganda who is earning $80, in Nigerian context, that is less than 40,000 naira, and paying tax of about 18,000 naira. So what is left for her to take home? To feed her family, to provide shelter, pay for healthcare out of pocket, pay for education. So I think now more than ever before is providing us a unique opportunity as we go into elections next month. I've looked through the manifesto of the political parties and these candidates we have. I've looked through their policy documents and statements, and none of them is coming strong on taxing the richest. And I think it's an opportunity for them to come clear on what are their position on taxing the rich, and particularly how would they use this tax to reduce inequality. I think that if we can achieve this in Nigeria, then Nigeria could become a beacon of hope, where other African countries can come and learn how we're able to bridge that inequality, reduce the inequality gap, but most importantly, invest heavily on healthcare, agriculture, and social investment.